Hi everyone, Prof. Cruz here with a complete tour of the Norwegian Star. We're beginning our tour on Deck 7 midship, where we're going to travel down these stairs to Deck 6. This is where you'll find several of the specialty restaurants on the Star, as well as one of my favorite bars, Gatsby's. Let's take a look around. Here we are at Le Bistro. This is the French specialty restaurant. I have all the NCL menus loaded on my website, profcruise.com. To find the menus, it's easiest just to Google Prof. Cruz NCL menus. Here we are at La Cucina. This is the Italian specialty restaurant, and as a vegetarian, this one was my favorite. I actually ended up eating here twice on our sailing. Let's have a quick look inside. While there isn't a large dedicated art gallery on the Norwegian Star, you will find pieces of art lining the hallways on Deck 6. Here we are at Aqua, one of the two main dining rooms on the Norwegian Star. This one is the smaller of the two. It usually opened a bit later in the evening, and it's only open for dinner. You can dine at either of the two main dining rooms, either with a reservation, or you can also just show up. Again, for a better look at all the menus, check profcruise.com NCL menus. The casino on the Star is located on Deck 6 between Gatsby's Bar and the main theater. Heading back up to Deck 7, this was one of my favorite spots on board, the wraparound promenade deck. It spans the entire length of the ship and wraps all the way around at the front and the back. So you can walk laps, looking at the sea, and maybe listening to an audiobook like I did. As we head down this hallway on Deck 7, you'll note additional art hanging along the walls, and also these little window seats. These were a really popular spot for people to sit and read during the day. Now we're heading toward the three Asian restaurants on board: Ginza, the Sushi Bar, and Teppanyaki. Ginza is complimentary, the Sushi Bar is an extra charge, and Teppanyaki is the hibachi restaurant on board and is a specialty restaurant with an extra charge. Here we are at the Trade Winds shops. This is where you can pick up a souvenir, some jewelry, some essentials you may have forgotten to pack, and it's also a great place to spend any onboard credit you may have. Here we are at the Stardust Theater. This is the main theater on board the Star and can be entered either on Deck 6 or Deck 7. Now let's check out the beautiful Grand Atrium, located on Deck 7 midship. Let's take a look around. You've probably noticed that the Star is all decked out for Christmas. We were actually cruising over Christmas, New Year's, and my son's birthday, and really appreciated how festive and beautiful everything looked for us. This is the Atrium Cafe, where you can purchase Starbucks coffees and where you can come for some free pastries in the morning and some macaroons that do incur an extra charge in the afternoon and evening. In this area, you'll find the guest services desk as well as the shore excursions desk. And during certain times, they will also have set up a future cruises desk where you can purchase your future cruise credit should you desire to do that. Now we're heading in the aft direction on Deck 7 toward the Proof Whiskey Bar. All the way aft on Deck 7, you'll find the Bliss Ultra Lounge. This is where events like bingo, deal or no deal, and other fun family-friendly game shows take place. There's also entertainment and music in here in the evenings. Let's take a quick look around. In order to get to the second of the two main dining rooms, you have to travel all the way aft on Deck 7 and then take this staircase down to Deck 6. That's where you'll find the Versailles main dining room. This is the larger of the two main dining rooms. It opens a little bit earlier in the evening, and it's also open for breakfast, and on sea days it's open for lunch. Now we're heading back up to Deck 7, where we'll take a look at the photo gallery. Now we've made our way up to Deck 8 midship, to one of my favorite spots on board, Ocean's Bar and Grill. Ocean's serves complimentary breakfast, lunch, dinner, and late night fare. It has a sort of Irish pub theme, and the food is excellent. Making our way from Deck 8 up to Deck 9 via this beautiful midship staircase. This is where you'll find the internet cafe as well as a bunch of tables that you can use to play board games. Now we've jumped all the way up to Deck 11 aft. This is where you'll find the spa. Now let's make our way up to Deck 12 to see all that it has to offer. Let's start by checking out Topsider's Grill and the Oasis Pool. At Topsider's, you can grab a burger, a hot dog, some french fries, and some delicious sides like potato salad and coleslaw for lunch. Or you can get my favorite thing, hard ice cream. There are usually 4 or 5 different choices of hard ice cream offered every day, and it is complimentary. Here we are at the Oasis Pool. I just want to point out that this is the only pool on board the Norwegian Star, so for those of you who are on warm weather itineraries where the pool will get a lot of use, it will get very crowded with both adults and children. So just be aware of that and anticipate it. I also want to point out that beach towels will not be provided for you in your stateroom. You'll have to check them out from that little window we just passed by. You'll give them your stateroom number, and then you'll have to check back in with them when you're finished, return your towel, and then they'll cross your name off the list. Let's check out my mom's favorite spot on board, the library. This is an area that a lot of people miss because it's located in a bit of a strange area. It's on Deck 12, forward, near where the Deck 12 staterooms are. Make sure to look for it because it's a really nice, quiet, relaxing spot. Very few people know where it is, so you'll almost always have it to yourself. You can also check out a book to read, and there's a book exchange if you want to drop a book off and pick up a new one. The library is also where you want to come to sign up for a painting class. Let's take one final pass through the pool area en route to one of my favorite spots on any cruise ship, the buffet. Here we are at the Garden Cafe, the complimentary buffet on board the Norwegian Star. One thing I will point out is that seating was very difficult to find during peak hours, for breakfast and lunch, less so for dinner. One tip that I have is to grab your food and try to find a table out by the pool. It's a little bit further to travel with your items, but you'll have a better shot at finding a table out there. Otherwise, try to plan your meals at off-peak hours. Three of my favorite items on the buffet were the pecan sticky buns at breakfast, the cobblers available at lunch and dinner, and the crepe station available at dinner. I was also really impressed with the variety of cheeses available at lunch and dinner. Spice H2O is an adults-only area located on deck 12 all the way aft. It offers beautiful aft views, a couple of hot tubs, a bar, and just some really nice areas to lounge about. The arcade was my son's favorite spot on board. We purchased an arcade pass for him, meaning he could play all of the arcade games except those that offered prizes, unlimited for the duration of our cruise. I'd say he probably spent about 23 out of 24 hours in here. For the other hour, he was definitely getting ice cream. Located next to the arcade is the Entourage Teen Lounge, where your teens can come and hang out and make some friends. While I didn't have any teenagers with me on this sailing, it looked to me like the teens on board were having a great time. Also located on Deck 12 is a space almost no one ever sees on a cruise, at least not the smart people, the fitness center. But if you do want to keep up with your fitness routine on vacation, here's where you need to go. It's very large and well equipped, and there are a variety of different classes that are offered. For those of you who were dying to know what my fingers look like, well, here you go. You'll also get a look at the sun deck, Deck 13, and some great views of the Deck 12 pool area below. This is also where you'll want to come if you want to play a giant game of checkers or chess located on the other side, or play some shuffleboard. This is also where you'll access the sports court. Take the stairs up to Deck 14 and there you'll find it. Up here you can play soccer, basketball, or sometimes they have organized activities in this space. There's also a golf cage and a jogging walking track on Deck 13. If you're a walker, I'd really recommend you do that on deck 7 on the outdoor promenade deck, as it's sheltered from the sun and the wind. Now let's head back up to deck 14, where you'll find the Sky High Bar. This is one of the smoking areas on board for my smokers out there. Let's explore around decks 13 and 14 a little bit more before heading back inside to take a look at Splash Academy, the kids club on board. To reach Splash Academy, you'll want to take the aft staircase up to deck 13. Heading to deck 13 midship, this is where you'll find the Moderno Brazilian Steakhouse, the Sugarcane Mojito Bar, another one of my favorite bars on board, and Cagney's Steakhouse, which is the specialty steakhouse on board the Norwegian Star. Let's have a look around. We're going to conclude our tour in Cagney's. Thank you so much for traveling along with me, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, profcruise.com. Bye!